is happening? So we got the Bourbon up on the lift. She's got some issues. She's peeing some brake fluid. So you probably saw in the last video we put a new brake booster in her. So it was actually two problems. You can see the brake line there. That's where we're gonna disconnect from. Lucky for me, there's a union there. And you can see that line's pretty rough. It goes all the way back, and failure point is somewhere in here, as you can see by the wrinkled undercoating. So, and also lucky for me, I got a union right here too. It's not looking very pretty, but I'm gonna make an attempt on getting that off. We'll see what happens. We might have to chop it all off and start over. We shall see. Okay, get you way up high. You guys are way up there. Okay. Yeah, we're off to a wonderful start here. This might be getting chopped. Did that just move? I hope so. It's got so much room to work with. 9/16 fits that pretty good. Is that moving? Or is it twisting in half? I can't tell. Ah, you little bastard. That's what was moving. Oh no, it is moving. Sweet. That's freaking great. So it's broke free from there. The problem I got now is can't get the fitting to spin on the brake line. Little acetone and tranny fluid there. Nice as it comes down on my face. I hate to put heat on. Yeah, I guess I can. The brake line's blown, so pressure's got somewhere to go, which is a good thing. I don't know. Oh, she's moving. She's moving. Come on, baby. Come on. There she goes. Good girl. I'm getting like 1/32 of an inch of turn on this per rotation. It'll be here a while. I'll work like a plumber. They use pliers and crescent wrenches on everything. Come on now. Look how easy that's turning. I better shut up now. Don't ever say that until you're done. Wish I could just grab it with my fingers, but it's 1,000 degrees. Heat is your friend. I have no patience for this. My arms hurt. I'm gonna complain and cry the whole time. Can I touch this? I ain't strong enough to turn it. What do I do differently here? There she goes. I got it. Should probably get a drain pan. Because I didn't push the pedal down. And the reason I didn't push the pedal down is if you could have seen the color of that brake fluid, you'd understand. It's pretty bad. It looks like motor oil. It's jet black. Probably hasn't been changed since '98 when this thing was factory filled. I don't know where this one came from, but this one's in nice shape for this region for a '98. Oh boy, she's locking up on me. My arms are starting to not work anymore. Can't work at this angle. Maybe I should lower the truck down. I'm too short for this stuff. Yeah, you know what? I laid on the ground for 30 years. Outside in the rain and everything, snow, cold, and everything else. I shouldn't be complaining here. Okay, we got her. Drip like brake fluid right on the camera. That'd be nice. So that's where I was working. Not much room. You guys are up there. So now, work our way back here. And this is gonna be the next one. Beauteous. That's looking pretty nice, let me tell you. Yeah, this side we don't care about. We can bust this off. Actually, I should just chop it off and put a socket on there. That'd be the easiest thing to do. That's probably what I should do. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I thought they made these out of brass. I guess not. You see the one above it's brass. It just turns green. That's the type of brake line I'm going to put on here. Not brass, but copper nickel alloy. They are a joy to work with. You can bend them with your fingers. And they don't rust. That's the main thing. They're a little spendy. But, yeah. I'm going to chop that off. What do you want me to do? Yeah, that's Eric's favorite line. Chop it off. Brake fluid bath. I need another container. I believe. Just check, make sure. Probably should clean this up a little. Otherwise I could barely get a socket on here. I see someone put copper line on in the back here because it's bending really easy and it's got a green patina to it. A greener patina. Oh boy. Okay, we got it, Yeah, I'll just put this on here. Oh, nice. I might be able to get that out with my fingers now. Yes, sir. Should I keep that? I could reuse that. Might have to, actually. We don't know what size that is. That would be unfortunate. Then I'll have to drill. Wire wheel and drill. This thing's looking pretty ugly. Pretty ugly. Inside's pretty. Outside, not so much. So what I usually do, if I have to reuse them, if they're an oddball size, I'll grind this flat, and then I'll get the OD of the brake line and find the same drill and just bore it through. And then usually if what's left will fall right out of there, and then we'll make up our line, and that'll be that. Oh crap! Okay, there you go. There's one. There's two. Here's what I'm up against now. I just got to unbolt this because the brake lines, they run in a way that you can't see. They run in a way that is captured by that plastic housing that has the fuel filter on it. So out that's going to come. That's the next thing. You guys are way up high. Again. Crap. So I need a lawn extension. Bit me. Working on that one. Man, my new Craftsman extension doesn't like my Ingersoll Rand impact. Alright, you gonna come out of there? Still don't want to come out? careful with that. Jeez Louise. That fuel filter's about to bust with rust. There you go, you little sucker. Okay, she's free. It's a matter of fishing her out of here with all the bends and stuff. You gotta go where I tell you to go. Yeah, that showed him. Oop, broke her in half. Okay. There she is. All her rusty glory. To get an idea of how much length I need here. Get out the old tape measure. Oh boy. Alright, so I'm going to straighten this out as much as I can. And try to get a somewhat accurate measurement. Then I'll add 6 inches to that, just to be safe, or maybe 3 inches. But I like to try to get it as close as possible. You definitely don't want to be too short, but I don't like being long either, because now you're fighting trying to install it. You got excess that you got to try to find a spot for, you know. So, and it costs me money. That's the big thing. So we want to try to get this right on if we can. Yeah, kind of want to leave the bends in it so I know where to bend it. And I'm probably going to bend it as I go. But that's usually what I do. She don't want to, even all rusted out, she don't want to bend. It's going to be just under 8 feet. So I got a package of these kicking around. Let's see if they fit. If that's the case, I'll just put a new one on that one side. Be a lot easier than trying to reuse that crap on there. Let's see. Ah, it's crap. Yeah, it's not even close. Well, that ends that. Looks like we got no choice. We're gonna have to reuse it. That sucks. Alright, first off, try to get this out of here. Hate to reuse this, but it come off pretty good. Still pretty strong. Doesn't look too pretty, but it'll work. And I'll get the old roll of NiCopp. It's 1/4 inch. I had it in my head that this was 3/16. That's why, that explains why my fittings were the wrong size. So I just learned something. You don't know what you're working with before you start. But that's not a big deal. I believe. Yeah, I can salvage these. These ain't bad. We're going to drill these out. Drill the brake line out of there, and 1/4 inch drill bit, and that'll be that. Okay, we got her all set up there. Actually, I can go a little bit under 1/4. We'll do 15/64. There she goes. Just about there. Might be able to grab that. Usually once you get most of them hogged out, they'll come right out of there. See? Beauteous. There she is. Yeah, some people might frown on reusing pots like this, but you know, the way I look at it is, would I take my wife and people I love in the car down the highway at 75 miles an hour with this? Yes, absolutely. Without question. I wouldn't worry. Reason for that is because when I was a teenager, I did everything you're not supposed to do regarding brake lines. I made them out of, yeah, I'll show you. I still have some. I used to make brake lines out of plumbing fittings like this. Brass. And there's nothing, it's completely hollow inside. So what you would do is get both lines to smash into each other. And hope every once in a while you could get them lined up perfectly and crank those nuts down tight and they wouldn't leak a drop. And I used to race around town like an idiot, speeding, flying in residential areas, you know, doing all stupid stuff that teenagers do. And I'm still here. Never killed anybody, thank God. It's like a non-filtered candle. Ah, crap. Don't want to hog it out, you just want to clean it out. So, nothing wrong with that. Nope, I'm not going to use that. We're going to use this. This is a little better. Now, some of you guys have seen this kit before that I used. I believe it was on my tips from Meemaw from Eric O about what was it? Oh, brake lines on that old yard horse. Oh no, it wasn't brake lines. It was bleeding brakes without being able to crank the open the bleeders, which is probably what we're gonna have to do on this truck. I'm gonna see if I can bleed it out of these fittings here, hopefully. But anyways, we will see. But this is a flaring operation. We got 3/16 there. 475. This must be, that's right at the bottom of everything. Yeah, 1/4 inch. There's this op 1 and op 2. It's pretty simple. First one makes a bubble. The second one collapses it, making a double flare. So that's what we're gonna do. This just slides right in here. Open this up. I gotta get the die. 1/4 inch. That's 475. 3/16. Why is everything all mixed up here? 3/16. I should have little elastic bands on these things. There's 1/4. And 5/16. This looks like a 1/4. Yep. Okay. Let's take this little feller. Do I need a light? I hope you guys can see this. So that goes in there. Oop, all the way back. Then you stick the line in. Always remember to put your fitting on the line before you get to the stage, because I almost forgot because I'm filming and not thinking. Hang on, try to do this one-handed. Okay. And it fits like a glove. Alright, I'm gonna run that up through my cage there. I don't have a whole lot of space in this little back section. Now the key is you want to get that brake line flush with the end of the die. Right about there. I don't really have this straight, but I'm hoping I can clamp it straight. Put the other half on. And we'll tighten her down somehow. Yeah, stick it out a little bit. Try to get out of the light. I'm right in your light. It's not a good filming area. You could see this on my other video. It's probably a little bit better. I think I had a light going that day. Alright, we'll hog this down. Then we need this for leverage. Come on. Okay. Now we're ready to rock. Now we go up one, make sure it's centered in there. Just give her a little. That's it. We go to up two. Make sure it's centered. And give her up. That didn't feel right. I just destroyed it. That's a beautiful flare right there. That's how not to do it. Don't do it like that. This is one-handed business. It's a little tricky. Now, let's try this one more time. Up one. Knew something didn't feel right. Sometimes you get stuck like that. It's got some pretty stout springs on it. So. Alright, now make sure you get this lined up next time. There we go. Up two. Bam. That's it. Done. My fitting made it on there good. Thank God. And you can see we have a nice factory double flare. Beautiful. That's what you want to see. Alright, so the line's all made. That's all well and good. When I'm looking at this, that is not good. Something tells me those bleeders ain't coming out. So we're gonna have to get creative. Thinking I'm probably gonna have to bleed it up here at the joint. You guys can see better than me. I can't even see it. It's up too high. I don't know how rusty that is, but I'm either gonna have to bleed it there or I'm gonna have to bleed it right here at this fitting. Hopefully there isn't any air going back there, which it probably is. It looks like there's some fluid in there. Maybe I can get lucky. Definitely gonna have to get another body in here to pump the brake for me. Unless I do the stick method, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But we'll figure it out. It's all part of the fun. Okay, how's this gonna go? Gonna start from the front, I guess. Beauteous. Going the wrong way, dummy. Easy. Take it easy, buddy. Boy, not much left of this. What the hell's going on? It's the wrong size, that's why. It's a 1/2 inch. Let's see if I'm right. Could be metric. Well, it's definitely not 1/2 inch. Let's try 13 on that. Nope. 14 maybe? If I have to make one more trip, it's getting vice grips. Jeez, how can we go from that to this? That doesn't even seem right. Let's see what happens. Yeah, she's holding. That's about as tight as it needs to be. Feed that back in there. There you go. 2 down, 3 down. See how I did on length. Whew, got it pretty close. Oh, we're good. That is that. She's all back in action. Now, see, anywhere it's touching like that, you want to fix that. That should actually be in that holder up there, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. I'm trying to avoid this stuff over here. Definitely don't want this stuff touching. Well, it's corrosion resistant. I don't think it's quite as durable to abrasion as steel. Could be wrong on that. Well, I mean, it's softer, so it can't be. So you just got to be smart in routing it. That's all. Way up high. I gotta try to flip this up somehow. Easier said than done. There we go. Just gotta bend the crap out of it, I guess. There we go. Beautiful. There's that one. How did this guy come out of there? There we go. He's back in there. Still got a little bit too much length. Okay, bend this out. Perfect. Gotta have clearance. Oh boy. See, this is what I hate about having too much length. Now I gotta force the thing down where I don't really want it. Okay, here we go. Come on. Okay, she started. Don't know what size that is. We know this is 9/16. This, oh, it is 9/16. No, not really. Kind of sloppy. I got a fix for that. Crescent wrench. That fits everything. Metric crescent wrench. Get this thing tight, and we can start dumping fluid in. Cool, that's snug. Boy, that took forever. Yeah, I could just bend it around. I kind of don't like the way that's resting on the frame up there. Bend that up. Doesn't seem to. Might have to throw some inner tube. Get some inner tube here. So we'll just fold that in half. We got 4 layers. That's plenty. We'll stuff that under the brake line here. There's enough tension to where I don't think I'll have to hold it. It'll stay there. Yep. So I can give it a fighting chance to survive. Okay, now figure out how we're gonna bleed this thing. Probably gonna end up, yeah, actually, you know what? I probably shouldn't have tightened this one yet. I'm gonna have to loosen that up again right there. And let it flow, let it purge the air out. It's gonna be my best chance of getting this thing bled, because we are not touching those. That much I can tell you. Yeah, look at this one. This one's even better. Beauteous. I don't think we want to get into that can of worms. Some wherever gold. I like the city girls say in mass, wherever. Pretty nasty stuff in there. Should probably give that the turkey baster treatment. Get rid of what's left in there. Give it a swipe of the paper towel. Try to clean some of it out. Yummy. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna hit the brake very lightly. Usually when you hit it lightly, it'll let a lot of the air bubbles out of there. So what I'm doing now is just letting it sit. I pumped it a couple times. Now that line's open, so I don't want to go pumping it like crazy and sucking air in there, so you can hear it dripping. So I'm gonna let it sit, drip like that for a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll take this board here and I'm gonna get in, slowly pump the brake all the way down to the boards there, and stick this board in between the brake and the seat and hold it there. Then I'm going to lift it back up in the air, tighten that bleeder down, and hopefully that'll get most of the air out of there. It's not going to get all of it out, but get most of it out. Thankfully, it's a rear brake and not the front, so got to do what we got to do here. Yeah, you see the level dropping now a little bit. I'm gonna wait till it gets down about halfway before I get in there, pump it one more time, and stick it to the floor. All right, got the fluid topped off. I'm gonna get on in here, and where's my board? My board. See if we can't do this. Luckily this has power seats, so it makes it a little bit easier. So I'm just gonna go down slowly. You can hear it squirting out of the back there. Just a little bit of air. It's mostly fluid. Okay, get this board oriented. Alright. Straight up, I don't know if you're going to be able to see anything. I'm going to move the seat back because I get a little too much length here. 25-inch board. Oh, I'm too short. Come on now. Okay. I'm going to put the seat forward into the board just a little bit. Just enough to hold it, that's all. Now you don't want to do this on a Ferrari or Lamborghini. They probably wouldn't be too happy with you. But on a 21-year-old Bourbon with 280 grand, it's not a huge deal. Sweet. I get a little bit of fluid out of there. Get my car. I found my light. It's way up there. Dang it all. I got another one. Ooh. Good tune. Okay. All right, we're done. Just gotta do one quick look. Spec this line, make sure it's not going to contact any metal. Plenty of space there. It's in its holder. Can't quite see it. There we go. Yeah, stuff bends so easy. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I don't like this. Yeah. Bend that out. Yep. That's plenty of clearance there now. Plenty of clearance. We're all hooked up in that. Some clearance there. It's a little close to the cat. We might want to change that a little. I don't think that's going to hurt anything. We might want to bend that away from there. There we go. Okay. I got a pretty good air gap there. A few inches. It's not going to hurt anything. Probably should have ran it down underneath, but I had quite a bit of excess there I needed to get rid of. That's still up there. Cool, that's it. We're good. Everything's good. Is it touching the frame right there? That'll bend that away a little bit. A little clearance over that bolt. You guys can't even see. All right, and that is that. I got brake fluid running down my arm. We're done. Sweet. I also check the brake switch. That's all working. Can we get this board out of here? Yeah, there's a load of air in there. Brake light's still on. That's not a good thing. Holding the water works, go figure. All right, we took her up for a test drive. Brakes are actually pretty good. So it worked out pretty good. We didn't have to go too crazy bleeding them. I think most of the air out. Did a couple ABS stops in the dirt, and of course the ABS is kicking on the pavement when you're going slow. It's got probably rust jacking under the sensors, typical stuff. But now we got a new problem. She's out of gas. Thing was misfiring like a bastard. I tried to jump on the throttle, gave her the beans, and she fell flat on her face, started popping out of the intake and out of the exhaust and everything else, misfiring like crazy. And I come back here, I was letting it idle. I was going to get the scan tool, and boom, she just died. So that is that. But I am going to throw a scan tool on it just out of curiosity. Whichever one's nearest to me, which is the Untitled. Okay, yeah, what do we got here? Right, Maxi Sys. Yeah, no, that's not what we got. Is it? What the hell's going on here? Oh, on the wrong page. Alright, finally. Let's go see what we got for codes here. No, it's got evap codes, but do we have? Yeah, it's all evap stuff. Nothing about the misfire. I just wanted to see. What do we got here? Live data. I just wanted to see if we were indeed out of gas. I'm pretty sure we are. She was running pretty bad. She's idle and beautiful. Light throttle was beautiful. It was acting just like a clogged fuel filter. So we got 000. See if I can try to start it. No, start stall. She's out. Always something. But anyways, the brakes are fixed. That's what I got hired for, so we'll see what he wants to do. But, well, I could throw some gas in it. That's not a big deal. What was the other thing? Yeah, this thing's got a lot of problems, so we'll see what he wants to do about all of them. I don't know what the hell that was. It had a magenta colored, had a ruby colored belly on it, and it was flying. I didn't like it. Flying spider. Anyways, that's it for this one. We'll see you on the next one. Now time to fix the cat tree. Little epoxy there. Give it a haircut. We'll be golden. The brakes blew and we smashed it up. Just kidding. He had a dim headlight complaint on this side. Notice the difference between those pins. One got really hot. Then I unplugged it. Wham bam. Meltdown.